Today I am very privileged to present to you the results of a worldwide student competitions entitled A Society for All Ages. I will present you with fantastic student projects from all over the world. This competition was started in 1994 by Professor Diane Davis, and since that time it has had approximately 7,000 entries from 50 countries. Why do we have such a competition? The idea of this competition was to face the problem of an aging population worldwide. The best way to deal with the problem of an aging population is to make this issue of relevance to the younger population, who really have to solve the problem of how to integrate aging people into society in a way that makes them useful, productive, and desirable participants in shaping the communities of the future. There were three major criteria for judging this competition. The first is, does the idea that's proposed by a student really make a difference? The second is, what does this idea proposed by a student contribute to creating an environment that lets us fully integrate older people in society? And the third is, can this idea be replicated and used in a different context somewhere else?
Britain is getting older. Our fastest growing age range is 85 plus. But the number of multi-generational homes is rapidly declining. Increasingly, elderly people are living in care homes and retirement villages rather than with families. As a result, a huge number of old people have little or no contact with young people.
Oh, it must be years since I've sat down with a teenager.
Totally out of touch with what young people talk about and how they think.
This competition is organized by the International Council for Caring Communities in conjunction with the United Nations Programme for Human Settlement, UN Habitat, the Programme on Aging, Department of Economics and Social Affairs. This competition has a number of sponsors without whose help it would be impossible to stage such an event. The competition was divided into two categories. One consists of individual entries, the other of group entries. The first prize goes to Bernard Brennan, the Dublin Institute of Technology in Ireland. He picked a rural Irish town, Edenderry, and proposed the revitalization of a rundown center city. He incorporates an old building with new additions to make a new center of town that includes a daycare center for elderly and many vital functions that will invigorate the community as a whole. The idea is to create a new center full of vitality in which older people and young people mix freely, enjoy each other's company, and realize that they have something to learn from each other. The second prize goes to Sophia Kavchik of the University of Hawaii at Manoa. She proposes an interesting mixed-use building made of prefabricated elements that go together very much like a children's toy of building blocks. What really distinguished this project was the idea that anyone who had anything to offer, particularly older people, could advertise their fact outside their particular unit. So for instance, if somebody was willing to take care of animals, they would say so. If somebody was willing to give art classes, it would say so. So it really gives everyone the opportunity to let others know that they have something to offer and are willing to do so. The idea of this seems something that's easily transferable, and it seemed very powerful to us. The third prize goes to John Killick of the University of Westminster, United Kingdom. He proposes a very provocative title for his entry called The School of Lost Skills. The idea is to unite older people and young people around the theme of food, learning how to bake, how to make beer, and how to jointly produce food for the community. In this project, the culmination of these efforts are a yearly festival for the whole town. Honorable mention goes to Ignacio Choza de Juan from Tsinghua University School of Architecture, Beijing, China. This proposal revolves around urban farming. It is envisaged to have migrants, particularly elderly migrants, congregate in these centers, live there, and have an active urban farming program. It's also meant to teach the younger generation what urban farming is all about. It results in food production for the local community to be bought right there. The first prize in the team competition goes to Byun Jae Sung, Hanjun Lee from Chunang University in South Korea. They propose a megastructure that makes a special effort to integrate the generations by putting together recreational spaces and commercial spaces in sequences that focus on intergenerational interactions. The primary motivator is culture and the diversity of expression by various peoples. We were very impressed by the presence of a megastructure that has as its primary purpose the integration of culture and commerce as well as generations. The second place goes to a team from the Universidad Francisco Marroquin in Guatemala. They took as the site for their project a town located at the skirts of Agua Volcano. The peculiar characteristic of this town is that it has 18% elderly. Therefore, they devised a scheme in which everything was within a 400-meter radius, which is the distance an older person can easily walk. In it are all the social amenities one would wish for, as well as facilities that address the needs of the younger population. The idea is that older people and younger people have multiple opportunities to exchange knowledge, stories, skills, and learn from each other. It is based on mutual respect and the idea that everyone can learn regardless of age. They chose an old part of the city which has both old buildings and new buildings, and tried to unite older people and the young generation by providing a series of modular public spaces that can be distributed throughout this town. We were very impressed by the modular nature of the solution and the prospect that this could be easily emulated around the world. Two groups received honorable mentions. The first was awarded to a team from the University of Khartoum in the Sudan. This project is placed in an old neighborhood in Khartoum, which is not very safe for older people. The team proposes a number of facilities specifically designed to accommodate the needs of older people, including a storytelling booth, a workshop, a place where elderly ladies can rehearse the Quran verses, and a small club specifically designed to have older people gather and play chess or domana or enjoy a cup of mint tea from the adjacent cafe. The other honorable mention goes to a team from Ajman University of Science and Technology in the United Arab Emirates. The idea of this project is to replace and reinvigorate public spaces which have been destroyed as a result of the war and the ensuing economic difficulties. The proposal is trying to instill confidence in people, both old and young, that Baghdad is on a path to recovery and that it values its public spaces and makes use of them in quite a unique way, uniting former enemies, uniting different religious affiliations, and uniting people both old and young. Looking at these entries, I'm sure you will agree with me that they're extraordinary, that they're important, that they're innovative, and they contribute hugely to the knowledge about how to address the worldwide problem of aging. The main purpose of this competition was to engage the younger generation in dealing with this issue, because after all, they will have to solve it in the future. What we are trying to do is to make sure that older people are regarded as an asset, not as a liability.